Hi, I am Tia Nicole. So today we are going to talk about the 10 things that you can do during the COVID-19 quarantine lockdown. Really not a lockdown, but it's kind of a lockdown. So I hear a lot of people complaining and saying like, oh, I'm bored. I don't have anything to do. I can't get out the house. I can't go on my normal routine that I used to do. I'm off of work and I'm just sitting here and I'm just bored. I don't have anything to do. So, number one, number one, number one is you can work on your skills and your talents. So, whatever that is, you may be a great singer or a dancer, or you may be a good baker or great cook, you know. I mean, you may be good at it, but I mean, there's always room for growth. So, you can use this time to strengthen some of your skills and you can generate income. If you're a good seller, some people buy stuff for cheap and then they flip it and they sell it for more. So during this downtime, if you are able to work from home, you can make extra income. Or if you're not able to make any income, this is a way that you can make some income by your natural born skills. And if you don't know what you're skilled at and what you're good at, you can use this time to explore. You can't say, oh, I don't have time, and you have plenty of time. So use this time to explore what your skills are. Think about what do you do naturally, just what do you do naturally? What comes naturally to you that you are very good at? So now is a good time to explore some of those things if you don't know what you're good at. So number two is you can write down some of your goals that you would like to complete by the end of the year or by the end of the summer, or whatever time frame goal that you want to set. You may want to travel. There's maybe some places out there in different countries or different states that you haven't been to that you want to travel to. You might want to start a business. You hear a lot of people say like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be able to quit my job one day and, set my own schedule and be an entrepreneur. You may want to open up your hair salon or your nail salon, or you may want to be a psychologist and open up your own practice, or you may want to be a lawyer, or whatever it is that you want to do. Never think that your goals are too big for you to accomplish, because whatever goal you set, if you have that mindset and you have a positive mindset and you work towards it, it can happen. Number three is, excuse me for looking down. I have my list. Of everything that I have. I have my list written down, so I wasn't gonna remember. So number three is work out and exercise. Now I feel like this is really a big one because a lot of people say like, oh, I want to get more healthy, I want to lose weight, I want to tone up, but I don't have any motivation to do it, or I don't have time, I'm so busy doing this and that and the other. And now you have time to do it. You have a lot of time on your hands. You have a lot of downtime. So you can work out at home. I know the gyms are closed. Everybody's, really, messed up about the gym being closed. So you can work out at home. There's so many different virtual trainers. I think it's one that's called, I forgot the name of the app. I have to think of it later. I forgot the name of the app, but there is an app that you can use, and they have like different time frames where it's live. It's a live trainer. They're telling you what to do. They're keeping you motivated. They're telling you how many reps of jumping jacks or whatever it is that they're doing. There's another one. You can actually go on YouTube, and they have like a bunch of different workouts that you can just follow along with. Like, I have a trampoline at home, so I go on YouTube and I type in trampoline workouts, and different workouts will come up, and it's like 20, 30 minutes. You can pick something short, whatever is, feasible for you to do. I don't want you to burn yourself out, but that's something you can do. They have weights and stuff at the store that you can buy. Five Below has a few like workout balls and weights and jumping ropes and stuff that you can buy at the store for $5 and under. And you can set up your own little gym at home, in your basement, or in your living room, wherever you feel comfortable. Number 4 is create a lesson plan. If you have children, create a lesson plan for homeschooling work. For me, I have a daughter. She's 13, so she's in the 7th grade. So I was told by another teacher that there's a website called IXL, and they have all different age groups from K to 12 of different work that you can do for all subjects: science, social studies, language arts, and what's one I'm missing? And math. So you can go on there and you can give them online work. You have computer. You can create stuff to make it interesting. You can have them have art time for 20, 30 minutes. You can have your child do gym time for 20, 30 minutes and give them some time to exercise and get away from the work. You also, another thing that's really interesting that my daughter enjoys, she enjoys the virtual tours. You can go on YouTube and you can type in virtual tours for, the African safari, for example, and then they'll have different tours. It's like 30, 40 minutes, and you guys can sit there together and learn some interesting things about the African safari and the different animals and the different things that goes on in the actual safari. Learn about the food chain for the different animals. So I think those are some different things that you can make the homeschooling experience interesting for the children, because this is different for them. They're used to being around other children and going to school and leaving the house. They kind of feel like they're stuck in the house too. So I think that's something that you can do to use up some of your time if you feel like you have anything to do. So what number am I on? Number 5. I'm on number 5. For those of you that are counting. I'm on number 5. So number 5 is gain new knowledge. You can always learn, no matter how old you are. You can be 2, you can be 62, you can be 92. You always can learn something. Nobody knows everything. So you can always get a new book to read. There's a million books out there. There's a million great authors out there. Whatever you're interested in, you can look up a new podcast, different podcast shows to learn something new, new documentaries, or even learn a new language. I've heard one of my Facebook friends says that she was learning, I think, Chinese or Portuguese, one of those languages. She said she was taking up a new language. She's like, hey, nothing else for me to do. Might as well learn a new language. So for me, I haven't watched a documentary in quite a while, so that may be something that might be on my list that I might end up doing. Finding a good documentary and learning something interesting that I didn't know before. So that's something that can take up your time. You can also have your children look at a documentary as well and have them write, maybe a book report or a paragraph, something to include that in their lesson plan for step number 4. So you can include that in step number 4 and 5. So number 6, do some deep cleaning of your house. I think everybody can use this one. So we all have that junk drawer that's been sitting there, and it's a bunch of stuff in there. It's a bunch of stuff you just don't use. You can get rid of it, throw it away, clear out all the junk that you don't use. Clean out your basement. This is something I've done. I cleaned out my basement. I had a lot of stuff down there that I'm just not using. It's just sitting there collecting dust. So you can get rid of that stuff, or any clothes and stuff that you can't fit or you don't wear anymore, or that your children don't wear anymore. If you have children, you can give that stuff away or throw it out. Or hey, maybe it may be some stuff down there that you can sell and make some money. So that's one good thing that everybody can do. Number 7. Number 7 is explore new hobbies and activities that you can do solo or with your spouse or with your children. So you can play video games. I know that was one of my favorites when I was younger and growing up. Not so much now. My daughter plays video games, but I play it every once in a while. I'm just like super bored. I don't have anything else to do. I play video games. Nothing wrong with video games, but board games. There's so many different board games out there that you guys can do as a family. Karaoke, if you have a karaoke machine at home, or if you want to go buy one. Writing, some people are good writers. Some people like to write their thoughts and keep a journal. drawing and arts and crafts. Those are so many different things. You can Google probably like, I don't know, a ton of things that you can do like arts and crafts. I know I've seen a lot of videos on Facebook that ran across my my timeline with different arts and crafts that you can do with your children. You know, something fun to do. Number 8. So number 8 is create a financial savings plan. So this is one that I think I might consider. I don't have a financial saving plan. I think this would be a good opportunity for me to create that and learn how to save money and stop buying things that I don't need. Like, it's nothing wrong with getting your hair done and your nails done and, you know, buying a new purse. And sometimes when you really sit down and think about it, it's like a lot of the stuff you really don't need. Like, you know, you can get your hair done like once a month or once every other month, you know, just not like every 2 weeks. Like, if you really look at like how much you're spending on getting your hair and nails done every 2 weeks and just look at the amount of money that you're spending for a year, you'll look and see like, man, like I'm saving an extra $500-$600 per year that I could be putting into my savings account by not buying stuff that I don't really need. So that would be a good way to save money, you know, or just, you know, every time you get paid, let's say you get paid every 2 weeks and, you know, however much your paycheck is, take out 20% or 50%, or just take out a certain dollar amount that you want to put away every 2 weeks when you get paid. And you're just like, all right, I'm putting that in a separate pot. You know, I'm not going to touch that. It's just going to be for emergency money. Because right now, during this quarantine time, when everything is shut down, a lot of people wish they had an emergency fund, or they had a savings plan, or they started saving or being more conscious about their finances in general. So that's something else that you all can work on and do. Number 9. Number 9 is pray and count your blessings. There's so many times I feel like praying and counting your blessings is overlooked. Not by everybody, but by, you know, most people, it's kind of like it's overlooked, and a lot of people just kind of like, oh, well, you know, they overlook it. So I think that's something that you can do. You know, gratitude is always a great thing to do, to just look at the small things. What do I have? I have a vehicle. I have a decent home to live in. You know, I have clean water and hot water, and I have food, you know, to eat for me and my children. That's something to think about, because there's some people that don't have those things. They don't have anywhere to go. You know, homeless people, they don't have anywhere to go. It was something on CNN. I'm not sure where the location was, but they were showing, excuse me, they were showing a picture of homeless people out in the parking lot, and they were just like, they didn't have anywhere for them to go. They shut down the homeless shelter to stop the spread of the coronavirus. And it's just, you know, some people take for granted the things that they do have, complaining and saying that, oh, well, I don't have anything to do, I'm bored. And I'm at, well, at least you have a home and you have somewhere to go. I'd rather be bored inside the house than to not have a home at all. So that's something that we all can do, count our blessings and be grateful for the things that we do have. It always can be worse. So, and I do believe that we are going to come out of this, you know, just temporary. You know, you just have to be patient and focus on positive things. So last but not least, number 10. So number 10 is, I feel like it's a huge one. Spend time with family. Oftentimes, a lot of us are very busy and we're always on the go. And we just like, oh, I'll get to it. You know, I'll get to that family member. I'll call them when I get admitted. You just never get around to it. And I feel like now is the time to spend quality time with your loved ones and your family members. You know, reach out to people that you haven't talked to in a while. You know, some of the elderly people that you haven't, you know, your grandparents that you haven't talked to, or your great aunts, or just anybody, your cousins, any of your family members that you haven't talked to in a while. Just find time to call them or FaceTime them and have a conversation, and, you know, maybe get to know some things about your family members that you didn't know before, and you can create a stronger bond with them. Also, I feel like you can um, talk about some underlining issues that you all currently have, and you can come to an agreement, or just work past whatever issues that you have, so you can have a stronger bond with your spouse, or with your sister, or with your brother, or whoever, friends or family. So those are the 10 things that you all can do during this time when we are quarantined in. So if you all like this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more videos like it. And I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.